Hi everyone, it's Community Coach and I want to wish you all a happy new year. Let's get started with what I'm going to talk about today. Are your members overwhelmed with information overload? Looking at you, Discord, you can't expect your members to be as in the loop as you are. Your community may be your life, but your members probably have a ton of other things going on in theirs. Your job is to bring them back into your community. The good news is there's a really awesome hack to help your members catch up on the most important stuff that's going on and encourage them to come back into your community. So what are roundups? They're summaries of what's been going on in your community. What conversations have your members had? What are some awesome stories that have taken place where other members would actually celebrate that if they saw these stories? What have people been confused about or needed more help? What's been the frustrations? These are what roundups would cover. Let's look at the top 3 NFT community roundups that I absolutely love. Just to note, you can create community roundups for any type of community. It doesn't have to be just for NFTs. All right, let's go. So the first NFT community that I think does an amazing job with community roundups is Veefriends. Veefriends is founded by Gary Vee, who is the king of content. And their Discord server runs so fast. I mean, I barely have managed to keep up with their server. Gary is highly ambitious, so there's a lot going on in the community. But the way that they manage all this information overload is by creating regular community roundups. All right, so they shared this link in their Discord server in the announcements channel. And like I said, they were covering the greatest moments in 2021, which pretty much is my community highlight suggestion that I've been telling you guys to do. I'm just so happy that Veefriends have done that. They've created this blog article. It's linked to their website. You know, they've got some titles as to what they've achieved, Gary Vee, Christie's, how much they sold for, some great photos. And obviously Gary Vee always has videos. I mean, he's the god of content, so there's plenty of it. But I really like how they've combined Twitter posts, they've combined video, some Instagram videos, VCon, which is their big conference as an event that they're hosting for the year, like what's going on, what planning has already taken place and what members should expect for the new year. And again, creating that excitement for the new year encourages engagement of members back to the server so that they can discuss 2022 together. I really thought that they did a great job of rounding up their achievements for the year and looking forward to the year to come. Another NFT community that you've probably heard me talk about before because I love it as well is World of Women. I'm a very proud member of this community. It was actually my first NFT. And World of Women are going from strength to strength. I don't know whether you've seen what's happened with them, but they're doing really well as an NFT collection. I'm really happy to see that. I absolutely love their community spotlight that they created for the end of year to really showcase to their members what have they achieved. I love how they start their messaging with, hey, wow, family. And again, the wording counts. Make sure that if you have a community, you are branding in a way that makes your members feel like they're part of the community. What I also love about this roundup is, again, you've got a really easily digestible format. It includes some large text around, some great highlights, but they've also included, again, Twitter posts. They've included some images. I absolutely love this image of a project that was completed by a community member. So again, highlighting your members' achievements, they are your community highlights. What have your members achieved? It's such awesome content for your other members to read about. I love how they talk about them in the metaverse and how they're playing around with that. Collaborations, different platforms that are being used, everything where it ties your NFT collection together and how it slots into the broader industry. And we're going through such exciting times, so including that in your roundup, I think, is key. I also love how they include some humor. They include like a lighter part. I think it's just fun to have some funny posts. Why not? I love seeing photos of members with their NFT art in the background. That is epic. I highly suggest that you do things like this, or if you're sending NFT art to your members, if you're sending out swag, printed frames, whatever it is where you can include photos of your members and include something meaningful with that. It's great to have a bunch of photos where it's people in the photos and you go, yeah, we've got members. Why is it so awesome to feature these members in the photos? And you can see with this post in particular, they've actually highlighted a member whose artwork was displayed in another art studio, and it was a derivative of the World and Women art. this is like a double whammy. You've got the World of Women NFT collection being celebrated, then you've also got the member being celebrated, and it all ties into the greater goal of bringing more women into the NFT space, bringing more artists, female artists into the NFT space, and highlighting them and empowering them. And that's what the World of Women's all about. So this community highlights has really, to me, delivered what members are looking for. And again, just tying World of Women, the NFT, into real life objects and things like your Apple Watch. The NFT world can feel really distant to the real world. And I like how World of Women has highlighted their usage of the NFT in the real world. They've also highlighted some NFT events that their team members have attended. They featured some swag that went out. Again, you can see it's real world. Again, highlighted more derivatives that were created by their members. They were featured in an episode of another show. So I really like how they include collaborations with other members in the space. I think this is absolutely amazing. There's a unique fashion piece that was inspired again by World of Women. So you can see the theme here. It's not just about, oh my gosh, World of Women NFT focus. It's actually not. It's about the members and bringing the members up. And World of Women is almost like the vessel that has helped empower these members. So it keeps going. It's a pretty long spotlight, but again, it's pretty easily digestible, and I can just keep scrolling through this and get a good idea as to some of the amazing highlights of the community for the year. Another thing that's important to note is at the very end of their community spotlights article, they include a call to action, get back on the Discord to any member that may have dropped off. This happens a lot. It's really, really hard to keep the attention of people in your Discord server. And so you've got to give them as many opportunities as possible to tell them what's been happening, give them that sense of FOMO, and then help them make it super easy for them to just jump back into the Discord server without having to scroll through all the different servers that they may be a member of to try to find World of Women. Make it as easy as possible to have members engage again. Top marks from me to World of Women for this community spotlight. All right, and the final community that I want to highlight, because I just think they do an insanely good job, I want to highlight how amazing their weekly roundups is. It's the Shiny Object Social Club. They're actually a private community. You can purchase membership through their Shiny Magpies NFTs that are available on OpenSea. I love the way that they look at their Discord as a whole bunch of information that can then be curated and delivered weekly to their members to save them the time if they don't have the time to go through every day of the week, every hour of the day. We're all in different time zones. We all have different schedules as members. We miss out on a lot. And I think the way that Shiny has created these weekly roundups with the most vital information there for members to just catch up on the week, it is 100% one of my favorite roundups that I've seen so far. If you know of any other NFT collections or communities in general, to be honest, that do amazing weekly roundups or monthly roundups or end of year community celebrations, please comment below and let me know, because I'm always looking for examples of this well done. It's so inspiring to me, and I'm sure others as well will really appreciate the heads up. So because Shiny is a private membership group, I am going to be thoughtful and try not to show too much of the content here, but I want to highlight the headers that they use, because I think this is really helpful for anybody that is trying to organize their roundup in a thoughtful manner. First up, they include thoughtful reflections at the start, and if you have people in your community that are highly regarded for their opinions and can give almost their hot take of what's been happening in the community and the conversations that have taken place, and maybe even some observations and further recommendations of reading, etc., have them help you curate this section. The thoughtful reflections shouldn't be lengthy. It should be really easy to read. You can see there's only 2 bullet points here for the week. Keep it really quick, easy to digest, but make it really valuable as well. When I read the Shiny Weekly Roundup, I appreciate every single bullet point. So you know that they've probably taken 10 bullets and reduced it to 2. They've put in the effort, and it shows, and it's a reason why engagement in the community is generally higher, because I feel like if I miss out on a week or 2 of conversations, I can catch up with this weekly roundup, jump straight back into the Discord without feeling like, I have absolutely no idea as a member what has been going on here. Then they have member highlights as the next section. And it's really quick. I think the one-liners really work, and just telling us what are some of the achievements of your members. What have they done? Have they launched something new? Have they shared a really, really cool NFT project that maybe they're a part of? Have they deep dived into something themselves and shared a YouTube video? Have they launched a new product or a newsletter or whatever it is that they've done? Make sure that you shout out from the rooftops, because members appreciate the coverage. They appreciate the fact that you're adding value to them. You're giving them more of a stage, and their comments are not being lost in the crazy Discord threads that could move at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Then they have channel highlights. So they've created subheaders using the names of channels in their Discord server. They've given you a roundup of, okay, this is what's happened in the NFTs metaverse channel this week, in the DeFi channel, in the content channel. That's awesome. Again, I don't have to sort through all those channels trying to find out what's happened over the week. I can go straight to the weekly roundup. Lastly, the events recap. Shiny, they host a lot of events. They have podcasts, they have Twitter spaces. There's a tons of stuff that goes on, which is amazing because, again, they're delivering value to their members. But what's even more awesome is that they share the recordings, and that's really, really important. I think there's a lot of content in NFT world that happens in real time and then it gets lost. And I've joined plenty of Twitter spaces where I've really enjoyed the conversation and some of the observations that have been made, or the topics that have been covered, and some really key people giving huge alpha in the Twitter space, but then it's lost forever and there's nowhere to summarize what's been shared. Shiny does this well. They have podcasts, they record it, and then they share it. In terms of the tools that they use Anchor FM for the podcasts, and for the newsletter, they use Mirror.xyz. For World of Women, they used Medium, and Veefriends, they've just put their blog post on their website itself. Don't get too bogged down on what platform you're going to use to create these roundups. You can use Notion, you can use WordPress, whatever it is that you're comfortable with. It's better to have roundups and not have them. I like this mixed media approach where you have some text, you have videos, you have images. Include stuff that's going on in the broader community, in your Twitter, what's happening there, what's the roundup there. Bring it back into this central place and make it easy for your community members to not have to go through 3,000 Discord channels that you may have, plus all the tweets that are happening at the same time. And maybe you've got a YouTube channel and maybe you've got other stuff going on that it's just impossible for them to keep updated with. So put it all in this one place wherever you choose for it to live. That's totally fine. It's up to you. Roundups are super important in this space. Make it easily digestible for your members. Again, this is meant to help them get up to speed with what's been happening. Choose a time frame that suits you, whether it's you want to do community highlights every week. The main goal is to keep your members updated and to get them to come back to your community and continue the conversation. Now, if you want to take a deeper dive into community roundups and how you can use these to help bring your members back into your community and your Discord server, well, I've created a free PDF guide on Gumroad. And I really deep dive into these 3 NFT community roundups that I've talked about in this video, but I share all my notes and just my thoughts and observations throughout these community roundups. I feel like I receive a lot of requests from people that are managing NFT communities and they're freaking out because their engagement levels have dropped in their Discord. I wanted to share this guide out to as many people as possible. If you are able to donate to help me with my time, I really appreciate that, but it's not essential because I wanted to make sure that I'm supporting as many people in the NFT community as possible. I hope you found this video helpful and informative. If so, please like and subscribe. It really means a lot to me. I hope that you found this video useful. If you want me to cover something when it comes to community, please let me know. Just comment below and I'll try my best to get around to it. I am hoping to make a ton more videos this year. So thanks again for your support and I'll see you next time.